get you right. Create your life. It's a realtor's life. With Coach Mike. It'll get you right. Create your life. It's a realtor's life. With Coach Mike. It'll get you right. Create your life.
Purchase your tracks today.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Realtor Life Podcast, part of BND TV's weekly lineup. I am your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, business coach and realtor. We have another phenomenal guest for today, but before I bring them on, I want to remind you that we are live to our Facebook business page and YouTube channel. So for those that are checking us out live, we want to invite you to place your comments and questions in the live chat and take part in today's discussion. Now, before we get started, if you have a real estate need, like looking to buy a house or maybe putting your house on the market for sale, maybe you're thinking about getting into the industry. We know a lot of people are right now wanting to get into this business. Or maybe you're already licensed and you're considering making a move. Well, I want to invite you to stay on after the show. We have a very special message just for you. All right, so now let's get this show on the road. Without further ado, I'm bringing to the stage. She is a licensed underwriter. She's an NMLS approved CE instructor. She does things or events under the Ask the Underwriter moniker. She's a trainer. She's a mentor. She's a sports mom and an unpaid Uber driver. I want to bring to the stage Miss Dionne Bass. How you doing today, Dionne?
I am doing very well. Very well.
Hey, look, Dionne, I feel like I'm an unpaid Uber driver as well. On Saturday, I went from dropping one off. She's about to go doing a parade, dropping another one to the volleyball game, taking another one to the basketball game, taking another one to the baseball game. So I got you. I'm with you. Yes. and look, and sometimes all we just want is a thank you, Dionne. That's all we want.
A thank you, or to clean my car out when you get out of it.
Or to clean my car out. I am with you. Now, Dionne, before I get started, I always like to explain kind of what the Realtor Life Podcast is all about. Really, of my 18 years of being in the real estate industry, I feel that as professionals, we hadn't been appreciated, right? Mm-hmm. Our clients, our customers, sometimes our colleagues, man, they put us in this box, not recognizing that we're people with passions and many layers. So I wanted to create this platform where real estate professionals like yourself could come on and showcase the many passions that we have in addition to being in real estate. And because I'm a realtor plus business coach, you know, we do a little bit of coaching as well, maybe some areas that could help you as well as some of the audience. So before we really jump in, I know once they hear your story and once they learn more about you, people are going to want to be able to follow you on social media. So where can they find you and connect with you?
They can connect with me at Ask the Underwriter on Facebook.
Okay.
They can connect with me under my name, Dionne Bass, at LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And my Ask the Underwriter logo is on there, so they'll be able to connect. And that's pretty much it. I'm not that social. Hopefully I will become a little bit more social, but that's all I got for now.
There it is.
And of course, my website, www.asktheunderwriter.net.
Okay. So look, I'm so curious about this brand, Ask the Underwriter. So like, walk me through that. Like, what is Ask the Underwriter all about?
I'm so glad you said that, because as I listened to you explain why you started the podcast, that's why I started Ask the Underwriter. Mm-hmm. I Ask the Underwriter started as an email address because people are always blaming the underwriter. The underwriter did it. The underwriter did it. Go ask the underwriter. And so I originally started Ask the Underwriter to bridge sales and operations. Sales meaning mortgage loan originators, mm-hmm. operations being the processors and the underwriters, to kind of, to create a bridge. Unfortunately, over the years, I don't see much improvement. But me, myself personally, I have made an impact. I talk to a lot of originators, real estate agents, processors. I give them advice. I help them. I'm mentoring a couple of groups right now.
Mm.
Um, and I will be working with a real estate agent in Chicago, my hometown.
Mm.
I'm doing a free webinar called Pipeline Stoppers.
Mm.
And what it does is it explains the different things that stop up your pipeline from a real estate point of view.
Mm.
I also do one from a mortgage point of view. So that's how I started. The same reason why you did it. We're misunderstood.
Wow. You know what, Dan? I love that. Right. I mean, as I'm listening to you talk, like I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I need to get Dionne to come in here and talk to my agents, because from the underwriter perspective, like to literally hear from the underwriter's perspective.
Yes.
I'm gonna be super transparent and candid with you today, Dionne. I've been in real estate for 18 years, and I don't think I've ever spoke to an underwriter. Like, I feel like you may be the only underwriter that I've ever talked to.
Wow.
Because you know where they put y'all, man. They put y'all in the back, like y'all are in the ivory tower up somewhere, behind the curtain. So we like you're the untouchable. Nobody can touch the underwriter, right? So to absolutely have somebody and what you're doing, giving yourself, making yourself accessible through Ask the Underwriter. I can tell you right now, we're gonna be taking advantage of that, Dionne. You're gonna be
Please
hearing from
do.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm.
Please do.
All
Because
right.
it's all about communication.
Yeah. Well, look, we could be talking about that all day. So I don't want to pull away from some of the things that you're passionate in, your hobbies, because that's what we're here for, to learn more about you and that other side of you. So what are some of the hobbies or activities that you or your family take part in?
I'll tell you if you won't laugh at me.
I won't laugh, I promise.
So I am an amateur writer. I actually wrote a book last year, but have been too much of a punk to publish it. Um, I've started writing poetry again, love
Mm-hmm.
poetry. As far as the family goes, we are a game family. And
Okay.
my husband, not so much. He doesn't really like it a lot. But the boys and I, we love game night. And it gets serious. Like the
Oh,
12-year-old will get mad and leave.
really? Super competitive, huh?
Yes. Um, and I love museums. You
Okay.
don't have a lot of museums down here in Georgia like you do in Chicago. They're not
Mm-hmm.
as old, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say I'm heavily into the arts.
Wow. Okay, so that's a little different down here in Houston, because we do have a lot of museums. Like, we have the
Yes.
museum district. Have you been to Houston before?
I've never, but you're giving me a reason to go now.
Yes, man. When I tell you, if you're in the museums, you definitely have to come to the museum district down here in Houston. It's about maybe 4 or 5 blocks,
Yes.
and nothing but museums, from contemporary art museums, National Science Museum. We have a health museum. You have a Holocaust museum. The Houston, we have the it's the Houston African American Museum of Culture. So we have
Okay.
that down here. Yeah. So you definitely have to come visit. If you love museums, you
Oh
definitely
yeah,
have to
I'll
come
eat
see
that
us
up.
down here. All right. So okay, so let's talk about the author piece. Now, with Amazon and the ability to self-publish and things like that, like, what do you think has been stopping you? Like, what's been the roadblock thus far?
So that's funny that you should ask that,
Mhm.
because if you told me, Dionne, I want you to write a course, and I want to target rural area, I will create the best doggone rootin' tootin' course you've ever seen and give it to you freely.
Yeah.
But because this is more of a creative, almost like a kind of creative fantasy, science fiction, kind of like Christian, it's like a mix of so much stuff.
Right.
I guess I'm afraid that they'll be like, what is going on with this?
Well, look, some of the greatest geniuses, they don't even do it for the fans anyway. They do it for themselves, right?
Yes, yes.
So man, put that thing out there, man. You got me excited about it.
I
I
need
want to
to.
read it.
I need to.
That's good. And then, so how many children do you have?
Woo! So we are a blended family.
Okay.
There are 6 children total,
Okay.
30, 29,
Okay.
26,
Okay.
21,
Okay.
16,
Okay.
and 12,
Okay.
2 granddaughters.
Okay.
I want to say either 8 or 7 or 7 and 6.
Okay. Okay. But then you
Um,
know it's a year apart. It's a year
I know
between.
it's a year apart.
Sweet. Well, I
So
definitely understand that blended family life. I have a blended family as well. And but you know, they're all your kids, they're all my kids. Like we're all family. We don't use the in-law or the step kid, or we don't use none of that stuff. Like, nah,
yes,
you my daughter, I'm your dad. Let's make it, I'm your bonus dad, right?
there you go. There you
And we
go.
make it happen. So wow, all right. So 16, 12. So you're almost an empty nester.
Almost.
So okay, so let's talk about when it comes to like the museums, the game night, the writing. Like, what was it that I guess attracted you to get involved or to become passionate about those things?
So funny story. I was going to be a writer, and I allowed, and this is why I'm so stubborn right now, and why can't nobody tell me anything. Because at 17 years old, 17 or 18 years old, I was a teenage mom. Okay. Full
Okay.
disclosure.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go down to Southern Illinois to the college
Mm.
and enroll in a writing program, take my baby with me.
Mhm.
And my auntie talked me out of it because, and you're gonna fall out when you hear this. She said, because no one's gonna pay me to be a writer.
Oh my goodness. Dream killers, man.
It's 2022. Remember, I was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
It's 2022. What are people getting paid to do all over the place right
Man,
now?
they writing content, baby. Content creation. Wow.
So what I ended up doing was, because what's down in you is down in you.
That's right.
And so it ended up coming out of me in different ways. I would go to open mic poetries. I started writing courses. I learned that I really love to teach people and explain stuff and write it down so they could understand it.
Yeah.
When I got into the mortgage industry, because I've been in the mortgage industry over 25 years.
25. Oh man, you're beating me. You beat me.
Yes.
Oh.
It's been a while.
Wow, that means you really know what you're talking about. That's what that means.
Yeah. I don't know everything and don't claim to, but I definitely
know a lot.
What I'm talking about.
You know a lot. Yeah. No, that's phenomenal right there. 25-year mortgage professional. Okay. So all right, so Auntie, she was a dream killer, but I know she didn't mean nothing by it. She probably
No, not at all.
But we have those people in our lives, and sometimes they mean well, but what they do could be tragic. But full circle, now you're back. Now you're back into the opportunity to be able to create, to be able to write. So how do you blend like some of the passions, like with the writing? Like, how do you blend that as it relates to your real estate profession? Like, how does it all come together for you?
I would say it comes together because I let my personality come out in my training. Okay. So my training is not dry and boring, and it's almost story mode. It's almost, it's fun, it's interactive. So it definitely comes out like that. And also too, I wrote my entire book on my phone. So I just, be in the bed, writing it. Yeah. And then they showed me Google Docs. It's on my phone too. Oh man, I took off with that. So it all works together because technology just puts everything in your hands. You don't have to be at a typewriter or a word processor or writing stuff down. Right. Technology definitely helps.
Yeah, we can get them fingers going.
Yes.
Fingers and get it rocking and rolling. Right. So I think I already know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway for the behalf of the audience. If you weren't a real estate professional, what would you be doing right now?
I would definitely be a full-time author and a group therapy counselor.
Oh, okay.
I know, left field on you, didn't I?
You did. All right. So now you gotta give the people what they want. They want to know more about that. So where does that come from?
So have you ever noticed that? Well, probably not. I've noticed that. So when I'm doing one-on-one mentoring, people are less likely to talk.
Okay.
But when they see that other people have the same issues or have the same problem, they're more apt to open up. That's why stuff like Weight Watchers and stuff, that's because, you guys are all in this room and you're holding each other's hand and you're kumbaya and everything. And I seem to be the go-to person for everybody when they have issues.
Okay.
So I always said that, once I get these boys straightened out, that might be my second life. I actually
Wow.
might start, therapy. And then I'd be able to write whatever I want to, right?
You're right. You're 100% right about that. You know what? I don't know. Have you ever heard of neuro-linguistics programming? NLP?
No.
All right. I want you to look into that because it's a form of, well, we're not going to say therapy because with therapy you have to be licensed, right? But a lot of the strategies and techniques that are utilized within NLP are very helpful for therapeutic purposes, right? Because really therapy is just helping somebody get past something, right? Helping them get past a hurdle, helping them, adjust the kind of results or outcomes that they've been experiencing. So, and I have a heart for people that have a heart for that because I'm the same way, right?
Yes.
That's where the whole CEO Coach Mike thing comes from, is because I want to help people do better. Like I want to help pull potential out of people and show them a better way to achieve things. That's something that's in me. So I went and got certified. I'm finalizing my certification as an NLP practitioner. There's undertones of hypnotherapy in there as well. Success coach, time techniques, emotional freedom techniques. So there are these techniques, and I would encourage you to go do a little bit of research about them and may consider getting certified in those areas as well, because that'll definitely help you be more effective with helping people.
Look at you. Okay.
Hey, man, I'm here to share. I'm here to share, Dionne. All right, so cool. All right, so you were group therapy, full-time author. Now, bringing you back to the real estate space, what excites you about it? Like, what excites you about being in real estate?
Full transparency, helping people of color achieve not only home ownership, but letting them know how easy it is to purchase a second home, how easy it is to purchase an investment home. Letting people know that if you go just about 25, 45 miles out, you can be financed 100% using USDA. So we just don't know about this stuff.
Right.
And it excites me to be able to help my people achieve home ownership, or like I said, investment properties or second homes.
Yeah. Awesome, man. So, okay. So here's another question I have for you. So are you familiar with the National Association of Real Estate Brokers? Or NAREB?
I feel like I signed up for that.
For NAREB? Yeah. So NAREB is the African American or it's the Black Trade Association when it comes to real estate.
Then I have not heard of it. Okay.
So NAREB, that's the Black Trade Association. So they run parallel with NAR. You're familiar with NAR, right?
Yes.
Okay. So NAREB runs parallel with NAR because there was a time where they wouldn't let Black people into NAR. Matter of fact, NAR was one of the biggest opponents. NAR was one of the biggest opponents of democracy in housing, Black people being in housing, being licensed. Like they were the biggest proponents to a lot of the redlining, a lot of the discrimination practices. Like NAR was like rocking with that. So with that, in the early 1940s, they created NAREB, which was Black brokerage firms that were working somewhere in Florida, somewhere in Georgia, somewhere in Chicago, Detroit, and they decided to come together and create this national organization. So NAREB has been around for over 90 years. And I know you and I spoke before coming on air that I'm actually going out of town. I'm actually going to a NAREB conference where that's what we're talking. That's the stuff we're talking about. NAREB is about democracy in housing when it comes to Black people. And when looking at the home ownership rate in our community, when looking at these practices that were thrust upon us for all these years to where we didn't have access to this vehicle called real estate. So now it's even more onus on us as real estate professionals to get into the community, to educate, to expose, to show them so we can play catch up when it comes to being able to use this beautiful thing called real estate. My guest last week, Mr. A.K. Babers, we had a similar conversation. And what I told him is that, coming up, we're about to launch this new digital series called Black in Real Estate. And the idea behind Black in Real Estate is to inspire and to encourage real estate professionals to do whatever it takes to help us get more Black people in the houses, right? Because the level of patience that's needed, the level of empathy that's going to be needed, the level of skill that's going to be needed to get our people in the houses, we as real estate professionals got to step up, because no other community is going to do it like we're going to do it for our own people. So I love hearing that from you. Definitely, we're going to connect when it comes to that space and look into NARAB. See if there's
I'm going to.
Yes. And where because you're in Georgia, right?
I'm in Georgia. Yes.
Okay. So yes, the Empire, matter of fact, the Empire Board of Realtors, which is in Atlanta, is one of the most powerful boards in NARAB. Matter of fact, let me tell you how powerful they are. They actually sued the MLS and won because of discriminatory practices. So that's why now in many cities, because the MLS was connected to the Association of Realtors, like you had to be a part of that association to get access to the MLS.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Empire Board was like, "Nah, we ain't having none of that mess," and they sued and won, and that's how the MLS had to get separate from the associations, the Realtor Association, the Realtor boards. They did that, and then they also were very instrumental in getting the Civil Rights Act of 1968 passed. So a lot of the verbiage that was utilized in the law to break those laws up, to break those discriminatory practices up, they were right alongside of the Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King, and those that was working in that movement. The Empire Board of Realtors was right alongside of them, crafting what was going to be placed in those laws. So it's a powerful organization. I know it's gonna inspire you like it inspired me. So definitely look into it and become a member of whatever chapter that you're closest to, and then you can get involved with us in this thing. So that's awesome.
I feel like I've been in a therapy session. I'm going to be an NLP. I'm going to be an NAREB and a BINR, right? Black in Real Estate.
Yeah, Black in Real Estate. Yes. Well, like just like you said, what's in you comes out of you, right?
That's
so
right.
Like that, I'm again Realtor plus business coach. It's gonna come out. I'm here to help people. Period. All right. So let's pivot just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about challenges, right? What do you see as some of the challenges that you face maybe in your career?
So one of the challenges and I've actually talked about this before. I don't want to say too much. But the difference between Black underwriters and white underwriters.
Okay.
I can set the same condition as my white counterpart.
Yeah. And
be questioned about it.
Wow.
But they can set it and not be questioned. And unfortunately, with a name like Dionne.
Yeah.
Okay. The good part is I can't say where I work at, but just the place I work at now, I am fortunate enough to not have to even, it is so diverse at this place that I do not have that problem. But before, they challenge us all the time. Wow.
So what it sounds like you're saying, Dionne, is like it's that double standard that exists in the industry.
The double standard.
Which has been some of what the challenge is historically and what's been preventing Black people from getting into houses. So how did you get past it? Like how do you combat that?
I'm a mortgage professional. I am. They hired me to underwrite loans, so I do my due diligence, and that's just what it is. So that's why I was so passionate about bridging the gap between sales and operations, so that we can look at each other as teammates and not, I'm sorry to say this, but color.
What were so as you work together, like, do y'all have like an organization where there are other African American, there are other Black underwriters, and you guys kind of work together on those same issues?
it's just more or less it's just more or less the thing that we always do. We gravitate toward each other, where we work at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you're starting to see a lot more companies hire people of color to underwrite mortgage loans,
Yeah.
to promote them into management positions and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
we're still growing.
We're
We're
still
still
growing.
growing.
We're still
Yes.
growing. And the great thing, Dionne, is that we are now being able to infiltrate the many areas of the real estate transaction, because it's going to require all of us to work together
That's right.
to really move our community in the right direction when it comes to that. It's going to require the Black realtors and the Black loan originators and the Black processors, the Black underwriters, the Black inspectors, the Black appraisers. Like, it's
Yes.
going to require all of us to work in tandem, because like I said before, nobody's going to care about our community like us, right? And we
It's
shouldn't
true.
even expect it. So we're saying, look, it's cool.
Yeah.
Love who you're going to love. We're going to love us. Black love. All right, sweet. All right, so is there, before we wrap up, is there anything else that you want the people to know? Any final words? What do you have?
I've got a couple of mentoring groups coming up for potential originators or processors. And then, of course, for any real estate agents, I do free webinars called Pipeline Stoppers, which help you guys kind of combat some of the issues that you run into when your loans are in process.
Yeah. Well, I know at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, we're definitely going to we're going to get you on the calendar. So
Okay.
we can schedule one of those trainings for our agents. We'd love for that to happen. All
Sounds
right.
good.
So
Thank you so
Dionne,
much for having me.
no. And that's what I was going to say to you. Like, you took the words out of my mouth. Look, I'm so grateful that you were able to spend time with us today. We were able to learn, allowing my audience a window into your world, into especially the underwriter world is so fascinating. So I know a lot of people are going to connect with you, going to engage with you. I want to say that you were one of our very first non-realtor guests. So thank you
I
for.
took a chance when I filled out that application. I said, "Hey, they'll say yes or no."
No. You're like our first non-realtor, and look, you may be our very first guest that's not Houston based. So we're so glad that you decided to fill that out for us, and we could bring you on. We're gonna love it, and I can definitely tell you, I can assure you that this will not be the last time that we connect. So again,
Love it.
thank you, Dionne, so much. If you ever need anything, let us know. And when you do come to Houston to visit these museums, I'll make sure I have a list of them all ready for you, so
I
you can just
appreciate
make a
that.
weekend of it.
I appreciate that. It was so great meeting you. You take care, okay?
Absolutely. You too. You too. Okay, so that was Dionne Bass, phenomenal guest. Super enjoyed that conversation and having that conversation with her. Before I let you all go, just want to update you on what's coming down the pipeline. As you know, on Tuesdays, we're getting ramped up for our mastermind through tough times. So we're going to be doing that here at 2:30. Just real estate professionals talking about randomness. So our random topic that we're going to be dealing with today is Russia and Ukraine go to war in the metaverse. So you guys come on in and y'all chime in that conversation with us. On tomorrow, we're going to be doing a real estate contracts training. So our head of development, Miss Dionne Collier, is going to be doing a real estate contracts training. It is going to be virtual. And with this training, the attendees are going to be able to learn how to access the real estate forums, especially access them digitally. A lot of new realtors, until they actually get a transaction or they need to do a transaction, they don't even know where to go to get the forms, right? So with this training, they'll be able to see where to get the forms. They'll see how to fill them out. They're going to learn some negotiating tips. And then they'll be able to get their questions answered, right? Because again, most new realtors, they don't, because they don't have a deal, right? They're not asking the questions because they feel like they're going to ask it when that time comes or when it becomes relevant. Well, with this training, now you can come and you can ask the questions. Just if you're just curious, you don't have to have a client. Just be curious about it, right? Curiosity is a great state to be in. So that's going to afford you the opportunity on tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Make sure you visit the Brooks and Davis real estate website, brooksanddavis.com, the events page, so you can reserve your spot and be able to get the login information for the event. And again, that's going to be on Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And the forms that we're going to be going over are the 1-to-4 family, the condo contract, the HOA addendum, the third-party financing addendum, and that conventional loan appraisal form. That it's not super complicated, but it can trip you up a little bit if you don't get it right. So we're doing that on Wednesday. We're also doing new agent orientation for our new agents. Again, we don't like our agents to be out here guessing, trying to figure out where to get fit in. So we do our new agent orientation the first and third Wednesdays of the month to make sure that you get plugged in and ready to go. And then finally on Thursday, we're doing another study hall, our non-licensed affiliate member and mentee study hall, where, again, facilitated by our head of agent development, Dionne Collier, an opportunity for our non-licensed affiliate members to come together, get access, ask questions, whether it's about the exam, whether it's about the classes, or whether it's about, once I get this license, what am I really going to be doing? And they'll also be able to hear from new agents that are already in the business and hear from some of the challenges that they're looking to overcome as well. So it's a great time that we spend together on those Thursdays. So that's going to be this Thursday from 6 to 7. Again, visit the events page at brooksanddavis.com so you can reserve your spot and you can get plugged in. All right, with that being said, look, remember, if you have a real estate need and you're looking maybe to buy a house, maybe to put your house on the market for sale, maybe you're thinking about getting into this beautiful business of real estate, or maybe you're with a brokerage and you're thinking about making a change, I encourage you to stay on. We got a very special message for you. With that being said, this has been another Real to Life podcast. I am your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, Realtor plus business coach. Looking forward to coaching you into the cosmos. It's time to take off, baby. Make it a great one. Hey, this is Michael G. Davis, CEO of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC. I am also a Realtor plus business coach. If you are currently have a real estate need, or you're in the process of getting your real estate license, or maybe you've already gotten your license, awesome. Watch this whole video because I have some outstanding news just for you. Now, if you are considering buying a home, we want you to know that we offer at no cost or commitment to schedule a showing for you to see any property in the Houston Metroplex. But when you hire our real estate company to help you, we will hold your hand and guide you through the home buying process step by step. Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more. Or maybe you're considering putting your home on the market for sale. We want you to know that we offer at no cost or no commitment a couple of things. First is a free neighborhood buying and selling activity report for your home. This report will show you the amount of buying and selling that has taken place within your neighborhood within the most recent 6 to 12 months. All we need is your mailing address and email address to get the report over to you. We also offer at no cost or commitment a free in-person property condition home evaluation. This is where one of our real estate professionals will come into your home and give you recommendations and advice on what changes to make to the condition of your home and talk with you about how these changes could help sell your home faster and or for more money. But when you hire our real estate company to help you sell your home, we will put your home in front of more active home buyers than any other realtor. Just visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more. Finally, if you are in the process of getting your real estate license or with a brokerage firm and thinking of making a change, we want you to know that we offer at no cost or commitment for you to be able to attend any Brooks and Davis real estate firm training or event. But when you join our firm, We will show you how to get everything you want using your real estate license. And what we believe real estate professionals want are an outstanding quality of life, the freedom of having options, and the ability to pursue what makes them happy. Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more.